I saw an interesting thing come across my Facebook feed the other day, and it was a supposition from an individual that is sort of a pastoral acquaintance of mine. And what this individual was doing was pointing out that Mary, Did You Know, as a song is not theologically accurate. He was basically pointing out and saying that this song is asserting that Mary didn't know exactly who her child was, but in reality she did. I don't think this is exactly true, and the reason for that is because of what you see in the Bible. Certain things were revealed to Mary and certain things were not revealed to Mary. If Mary is a person just like what we believe, then she didn't have any kind of divine knowledge outside of what the prophecies were, and then also what the angel Gabriel had instructed her. But that being said, it is an interesting question for us to ponder ourselves. What did Mary actually know? And more importantly, when we consider her reaction to the things that she knew, what does that say about what we should do based on what we know? What did and did not Mary know? Well, there's kind of an unsatisfying answer for that. She knew what she knew and she didn't know what she didn't know. That is something that is kind of obvious when you say it out loud, but it's something that I think sometimes we don't truly take to heart whenever we are encountering similar types of situations. You see, we're faced with situations all the time where God may be opening up certain doors, or He may be communicating certain things to us in our own lives, and we'll sit here and look for answers to each and every single possibility of what could happen if we do what God tells us to do. When in reality, we're no different than Mary. We know what we know, and we don't know what we don't know. And so the real question for us is, do we react the same way that Mary reacts, or do we demand some higher level of burden? Are we more hesitant to react whenever God calls us to do something because we don't have all the answers? What we can see in the life of Mary is an individual who knew certain things, certainly knew that there was a divine nature to what was taking place, may have even understood that this child was going to be the Messiah that was foretold throughout several chapters in Isaiah, amongst other places throughout the Old Testament. But yet, she couldn't have possibly known everything that was going to take place. There was a level of the unknown that she had to be comfortable with tackling. So how can we know how Mary actually felt about the things that she knew and the things that she didn't know? Well, she actually, just a few verses later, has this very beautiful prayer that she repeats when she is meeting with her relative Elizabeth. It's very clear that Mary didn't have all the answers. I mean, she pretty much says this much. But what she had was faith. She had faith in this God who had dominion over her life. She had faith in a God that existed outside of the bounds of time that she understands. And she had faith in a God that had made a covenant with her and her people. That is something that we have in our lives as well. We have a God that has dominion over our circumstances, no matter how chaotic they are or how much various media personalities or other influences in our lives may try to convince us that things are spiraling into chaos. We have a God who is timeless, a God who isn't just, overly concerned with this one particular moment in history and, everything else is irrelevant or somehow lesser than this moment right now. And we also serve a God that is a God of covenant. And the new covenant, the New Testament that He has with us is a covenant of grace. It's a covenant of mercy and of redemption. This is the God that we serve today. This is the God that came on Christmas. So when we sit here and we look at our own lives, the challenge for us is whether we react like Mary or we react like something else. Do we react in a way that some people may say is understandable and is completely human, where it's understandable? You need to be you need to be prudent, you need to be wise, you need to have a lot of the answers before you sit here and jump into something? Or are we willing to recognize who God is in our lives and what He may be asking us to do? And are we willing to put aside our own sense of intellectual security in favor of faith of the God who has dominion over our life? That's the God that we're going to celebrate at Christmas. That's the God that we thankfully, just blessedly have during this Christmas season and all year round. That's our lesson that I have for today. I hope you're able to get something out of it. And until we can meet again, God bless.